The markets were cancelled this Sunday, Surinder, apparently because of the protests. Yeah. A bit quiet.
I'm just going to say hi to everyone online. We're just starting. We're just having a little chat amongst ourselves for a minute, but we'll get started with the program very soon. But welcome. We're just talking to Marsha here. So carry on, Gulshan.
Yeah. I just wondering, have you done any meditation at all, Marsha? At all? Okay, so right. The reason I asked is whether you're familiar with the term chakras or kundalini. No problem. We'll go through that as well. But don't have to worry about remembering the terminology or the theory part. It's more the practical feeling of it. That's really important. So we'll just give another minute and
there's a girl who lives up the top. She comes down as well, but
she's always stretching.
A few minutes late. That's all right. Did you have any questions, Marsha, about what we're going to do today? Or?
No.
No. Excellent. Excellent.
So it's not a physical meditation. It's not a physical yoga. It's a meditation of silencing and having a quiet time and feeling peace and quietness within yourself. Yes. Is that something you were after?
Yes.
Right.
Because I was, to be honest, I was quite nervous. Just because I'm living in Sydney for 3 years and I moved everything here.
Yeah.
And I have no friends, no family, no nothing here. Even in Sydney, I don't have my family there.
Yeah.
And just sometimes feel anxiety a lot.
Yeah.
And couldn't sleep well and and too much thinking in my head.
Yeah.
Thinking's a big trouble to us all.
Yes.
So you've come to the right place. So
yes.
Perfect.
Hi, Ami. Welcome. Nice you could join. So Marsha, seeing as we'll start?
Yeah, let's start.
Okay. Right. So welcome to Sahaja Yoga. That's the name of this meditation, Sahaja Yoga. It's a Indian term, and it stands for, the meaning of it is born within you, the meditation, or easy connection. And yoga, which is up here, means union. So it's the union of your mothering energy, which is within you, and it's sleeping. So if you look on the triangular bone, triangle area, thank you, Lynn. So the triangle area, that's the sacrum bone. We all have it within us. And the coiled up energy called the kundalini, which is the mothering energy within us. We all have it, each one of us, irrespective of where we are born and what we look like. Each one of us has a special mothering energy within us. And she's waiting and sleeping, and she just needs to be awakened so that all she wants to do is love us, look after us, and nurture us. Why it's so important to awaken this energy? Because this energy helps us when we're in turmoil and things are not going right and people are looking for answers, and here's an answer which is right within us. The reason why it's really important also to awaken the energy is because as she comes up, she brings her personality into balance. We have two sides to our personality. The blue line is to do with our desire. It's to do with our empathy, love, emotions. And when that gets overused and overextended, and that's when people feel quite depressive in their lives or lethargic. That's when that side has been exhausted. That part of our conditioning or what we are, how we express ourselves, that part is drained out. So that's when people become a little bit weak on the left side and they feel lethargic, everything is very difficult, the glass is always half empty. And that's one side of the personality. The other aspect is the yellow line, which is the sun line within us. So there's the moon line, and then the sun line, which is the yellow line, which is to do with organizing, doing things. And often when people overuse that energy part.
John, Surrender. This is Auntie. Come and sit down.
Hi, Auntie.
Oh, we're going to listen. Oh, we'll take our shoes off in a minute. But
that's okay, keep them on for now.
Yeah.
So I just started explaining a little bit about this meditation. I don't know if you've done any meditation before at all.
Your first time, isn't it, Auntie?
Yeah, with meditation, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with chakras and terminology?
No.
No problem. Okay, so we're just starting. Well, give me a moment. Thank you for your patience, Marsha.
Yeah.
So each one of us has that little area called the triangular bone, called the sacrum bone. That's the triangle bone that sits at the base of the spine, called the sacrum bone. The Greeks called that because they thought there was something sacred about it. And there's a coiled up energy, our special mother that is sleeping within us. Each one of us is born with that energy. And Sahaja Yoga, and more prominently Srimataji, the lady in the picture, wanted that energy to be awakened instantly. So in this current times, when you come here, we'll go through a realization process and the energy gets awakened. In the past, it took a very long time because each time to bring that energy up through the subtle system, the chakras, the wheels, are the energy centers. They're called chakras in Sanskrit, or you can call them wheels. And those are the milestones of our evolution. So as human beings have evolved, they've come up, and at the moment we are down up here, thinking, planning, organizing, worrying, analyzing, and worrying about the past and worrying about the future. And Srimataji has organized a way by which we awaken this mothering energy within us, and it's done straight away, very quickly. And then you can go home and work out the disturbances or the weaknesses that you may have in your energy centers. And you can do that yourself quite easily at home. So you don't have to spend years trying to perfect it slowly and gradually. It happens quite quickly. And I was just talking to Marsha about those two lines that we have, the blue line and the yellow line. They depict our personalities within us. So the blue line demonstrates love, empathy, desire. And also when that's overused and overextended, that part of our personality, that's when people feel quite lethargic, depressive, everything's quite difficult. The glass is always half empty. The mindset changes towards nothing's quite right. And they feel quite unhappy about situations in their life. The yellow line on the other side is the other side, the sun's side. So it's the moon's side and the sun's side. And the yellow line is to do with being active, organizing. And when that gets overused, when you've been very busy and rushing around and trying to juggle too many things and just trying to keep up, and you overuse that side, that's when people become quite aggressive in their personalities. They become quite angry. So those are the two extremes of a personality, and you don't want to be on either of that side. So the idea is to come into balance, so that you're still loving, you still organize things, you still got to do things, be part of the world, but you don't lose out the important part, which is to do with love, caring. And the central part is the central channel within us. That's where the Kundalini rises. And as she rises, she fixes those chakras within us. And each of those chakras, as you can see, has a special quality about it, a positive quality about it. And if there's a weakness within us, whichever reason that may be, due to whether we are born in a certain way, a certain family, or certain countries as well, if there's a weakness in our chakras, the Kundalini fixes it. And how you might find out, or how we find out, is each of our fingertips correspond to the chakras. So those little fingers, you can see number 4, is to do with the heart chakra. And that's, thank you, Lynn. And that's number 1, which is to do with the innocence. That's the most important. That's the foundation, the base that really holds us together, that chakra within us, which is to do with wisdom, innocence, purity. And there's an enormous amount of strength that protects us and holds us together if that chakra is intact. Each one of us has that innocence within us. Sometimes, it's covered a little bit by clouds or some issues that we've had in our lives. But when the Kundalini rises, she cleanses all those chakras within us, and those special positive qualities start to reflect in our personality and within us. And if, as we come up, if there's any issues, and if you feeling certain things on your fingertips, and then we can show you how to clear it out as well, but the Kundalini does the job. So you may hear us talk about meditating a little bit. And the reason why we would ask you to do is because each time the Kundalini comes up along the central channel, it's a bit like she waters our chakras. You water the pot plants, same thing. So she waters our chakras and nourishes our chakras. And each time she comes up, she gets stronger. And each time that she gets stronger, she's able to help us a lot better. And now, the most important chakra, which is the top of our head, the connection with that chakra is what happens tonight. As the Kundalini comes up, Mataji organized it so that it's really easy to do it. And once you perfected yourself, you can pass it on, and that's how we do it as well. As the Kundalini comes up, she pierces through the soft part of the head. Often when the children are little, you might have noticed there's a part here that's quite soft and it moves. And that's our fontanelle area. When the Kundalini rises, as the chakras on our subtle system, there are chakras, there's petals on our top of our head as well, and that's 1,000 petals. So there are 1,000 special qualities available and existing on top of our head, which we just need to ignite or activate it. So as the Kundalini comes up, she comes through the central part and comes to the top of the head and connects herself and us to the special energy that manages everything. So it's a bit like being connected to a special source which looks after you, loves you, nourishes you, and just calms everything down. Don't worry if it's all a bit too much. You don't have to remember it all. It's all about feeling it. So it's a bit more practical thing rather than the talking about things and remembering the names or anything. Just very briefly also mention about those two little balloons that sit on top of those yellow and blue lines, called the ego at the front, the yellow one. Thank you, Lynn. And the superego at the back. Yeah. So what happens is when the heat from the right side rises, and as we use our right side a bit too much to the extreme, the heat within us rises and builds up on top of us. And that's when we become quite oriented towards the future. So you're always worrying about the future. You're always planning about the future. You're worrying about scenarios that haven't happened, but you already play them in your mind. And there's a constant noise that goes on in your head about the future. And the blue line is to do with the superego, which is to do with the past. And when you work too much on the left side, you start to worry about the past. You know, what happened yesterday? Something wasn't right. And then you try and stretch out the analysis of it and how something wasn't quite right, or maybe to do with their childhood, something, you know, people always tend to focus their attention and their energies a lot on what's happened already, and they worry about things about the past. So again, you want to get out of those two things that create a lot of noise in our head, and that's all here at the moment. So the idea is to rise above that and come to the top of our head, the Sahasrara chakra, the fontanelle bone. Once you're here, you're not worried about the past because that's already finished. You don't really need to worry about the future because it hasn't quite happened yet. So no point worrying about next year's holiday overseas because we're never quite sure whether, you know, we would be in a lockdown or the planes would be there or not. So it's pointless, you know, spinning castles in the air. So the idea is to be in present, to be right here, right now. What am I doing? And when you start to do that, you stop worrying about things, and also you start to build up the present, and you start to feel a lot calmer about yourself and the situations. And so you're not focused too much on the past or the future, and you just need to be in the present. So that's our basic explanation of the chart. And if everyone's ready, we'll go through the realization process now. It's very easy. What really happens is we use the energy centers on our left-hand side. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
No problem at all. I was just explaining a little bit about the chart, but not to worry. We'll just go through the experience of it all. So we'll go through our realization process, which is to connect with our mothering energy, the Kundalini. And she is the coiled up energy, 3.5 coils placed in the, we want to ask you to go, placed in the triangular bone called the sacrum bone, as you can see in the diagram up there. And we're just going to awaken that energy. And the reason why we really need to awaken her is because she's our individual mother. We're all born with this energy. And the moment we awaken it, we just go through the process. It was actually all designed by the lady in the picture, Shri Mataji, who organized this and made it really easy for humanity to achieve it, so that we're not caught up in our work, family problems, about the past or the future, but become happy people while we still get on with things we have to do in our lives. And the explanation, we can do it later for you if you need a little bit more, but really it's more feeling it, because the Kundalini, as she rises, you actually feel that on your hands. And the reason why you would feel it on your hands, because each of your fingertips is connected to the chakras or the energy centers within us. So our hands speak and guide us. So we'll go through the process. Everyone's got their shoes on, which is great. And we will work on the left side, and we'll use our right hand, placing it on some of the energy centers within us, and I'll show you what to do. And the reason why we work on the left side, because that's the side of desire within us, and we use the right hand, that's the side of action. And the idea is to be very comfortable wherever you're seated. Shoes off, please, for anyone online. Hands in our lap, open, palm up. The reason why we have our hands open is...
Carry on.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn. The reason why we have our hands open is because we're asking for it. So it's quite simple as that. So we'll just go through the rough process of where we will place our hands, and then we'll close our eyes so that it's much easier. So the right hand will begin with on the heart, and then we'll take it under the heart on the area of the rib cage, and then we'll bring it down to the left-hand side. The leg meets the body, just in that crease between the body and the leg. And then we'll bring it back up to the lower part of the rib cage on our heart. And then we'll place it on the left-hand side of our neck. And as we do that, we just move our head towards the right side. And then we'll place it on our forehead at the front. And then we'll place it at the back of the head. And the last one will be stretching our hand and placing it on top of our head. So I will guide you to where to place it in case, but if you wish, you can open your eyes. We do request everyone to close their eyes, because it just helps bring the attention inward. If you do open your eyes, please watch Mataji's photo here. Settle yourself up with it. You can close your eyes. And we take our glasses off. So this is something quite special, which people spent years trying to achieve. Shri Mataji's made it so easy where we get it within minutes. And then the work begins after that. So just be very comfortable. And we're going to awaken those qualities of the chakras within us. So left hand stays where it is in your lap, palm up. And the right hand, if you just place it on the heart, on the left-hand side. Eyes are closed, comfortable wherever you are. A nice deep breath in and out. And here we ask ourselves that we're going to ask some questions and some affirmations, and we're going to ask the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini. So you can call her mother, or you can also address them to Shri Mataji, because she made this possible, whatever you're comfortable with. But first we ask ourselves, who am I? And what is my purpose? Who am I? And what is my purpose on this earth? What am I supposed to be doing? Because I do endlessly worry about things, and surely there's something a bit more than just worrying about things in our lives. We move our hand to the lower part of the rib cage, again on the left-hand side. And this is the area where we ask ourselves, am I my own teacher? Am I my own master? Am I my own teacher? Am I in charge? Now we take a hand again on the left-hand side where the leg meets the body. This is the area of creativity within us. This is also the area of pure desire and pure knowledge within us. So here we have to ask, we have to desire for our pure knowledge, the connection to the pure knowledge. So we ask our mothering energy, the Kundalini, to please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. The knowledge that we are after is the state of our chakras within us. It's the connection of our Kundalini as she rises and enlightens our chakras, and she comes up through the top of the head. It's that connection, that knowledge of the state of the chakras within us. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. So we just raise our right hand on the left-hand side to the lower part of the rib cage on the left hand, just under the heart area. This is where we were inquiring whether we were our own teachers and whether we were our own masters. And now it's time to affirm, with the Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother Kundalini, I am in charge. So what happens is we become aware of the state of the chakras within us. We become aware of a personality within us, whether we're too much towards the left side, which stands for the desire and the emotion, or we're too much on the sun line, which is to do with rushing, organizing, and never quite catching up, and always just trying to catch up, but never quite making it. And you're always sort of on a wheel where you're rushing and never quite getting to the destination. So we just say a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master and I am my own teacher. We bring our right hand back on to our heart on the left-hand side. And we did begin from here, asking what our purpose was. And now we affirm within ourselves that we are the spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the spirit. So not this body, my mind, my thoughts, my worries about the future or the past, but I am the spirit. And the spirit has a beautiful, quiet, joyful feel about it. It's not extreme happiness and then feeling very sad at the next moment, but it's just that balanced, quiet feeling of joy within us. So we just say a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am spirit. And now we place our right hand on the left-hand side of the neck and just move your head towards the right side, your right shoulder. This is the area of guilt within us, and a lot of us sometimes, for whatever reason, we harbor a lot of guilt within us. Although we having not done anything wrong, we still feel guilty about situations, circumstances. So it's time to surrender that guilt. We say a few times, I am not guilty. By the Kundalini, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. And we place a hand on our forehead at the front. And as you do that, just bring your head, lower your head a little bit into your hand and cradle your head into your hand so that you can apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm of your hand on the sides of your forehead. And this is the area of forgiveness within us. And here we forgive everyone in general. So please don't think of any one particular person, a circumstance. Just generally, we forgive everyone. So we say a few times, I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I forgive everyone. Now we place a hand at the back of the head, and as you do that, just tip your head up towards the sky. You can still keep your eyes closed. And here it's time to forgive ourselves. So Mother Kundalini, by your grace, please forgive me for my mistakes. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me for my past. And I forgive myself. And the last and the most important one, now we stretch our hand. So the fingers are stretched away from your hand. And you place the palm, your right hand palm, on top of your head, the soft part, which was the fontanelle bone. So you place your palm on top of your head, apply good pressure, fingers are away, stretched away from your hand, and you could just lower your head forward. It just makes it easier to do it. And with a little bit of pressure on a hand, we're going to rotate a hand in a clockwise direction, and the movement for the rotation is we start with the left side of our body, come forward, bring your hand forward, bring it to the right, take it to the back of your head, to your left, forward, right, back, left, forward, right, back. So that's the clockwise movement. And as you rotate your hand here, Shri Mataji and Sahaja Yoga respects our freedom. So in our freedom, please ask with all your heart, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. And for those of us joining and have already got their self-realization, you can ask, Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. So just rotating a hand, good pressure on our scalp. Keeping our eyes still closed. And just bring your hand, right hand back onto your lap, palm up. But take your attention back to the top of your head and just see how you feel. So we're watching the space on top of our head where we had our hand a moment ago. And we also watch the palms of our hand. So as I mentioned, this is all about feeling within ourselves. And each one of us will have a very personal experience depending upon the state of our chakras within us. You may feel a little bit of tingling sensation. You may feel a little bit of warm breeze to begin with. And that's okay too. As the Kundalini rises, she has to clear the debris that's in our central channel. So often there's a little bit of burning. So the heat, that's the cause of the heat that we might feel within us. And eventually that settles down to be cool. Just slowly open your eyes and look ahead. You can watch the flowers, you can watch Srimataji's photograph in front of us and see how you feel. The breathing slows down a little bit. There's a little bit of calmness often some of us experience within ourselves. And really, most importantly, the thinking stops. Because often it's very hard to silence those thoughts in our head. And the thoughts stop because the Kundalini, when she rises, she sucks away the thought pattern within us. The thought chatter stops. So just going to do a little test of placing our right hand a couple of inches up from the top of the head. So just hover your hand. You can start by where you had it a moment ago. Bring it up and see how you feel. You might feel it. It's a very gentle breath, like air. Might be cool, might be warm, and that's okay. And also try it with the left hand because often our channels on the sides are stronger or weaker. So we'll try it with the left hand as well. And bring our hands back down. So the Kundalini is awakened, and the effect of that is that the breathing slows down a little bit. We feel a little calmer, and also, more importantly, the thinking stops, where we become aware of our surroundings, but we're not thinking. And that's being in thoughtless awareness, which is one step that we go to for our meditation. Thank you, Lynn. I hope I didn't take too much time.
No, that was lovely, Gulshan. It was very nice. So we'll stay with that feeling and try to enhance it, develop it a bit. So we'll do a little bit more meditation in a minute. And what we normally do for this second part of the meditation is focus on one of the chakras, just to get a little bit more information. So tonight we were focusing on the first one that we talked about, which is the Mooladhara chakra. So it's the root one of our whole subtle system. Interestingly, it's below where the Kundalini is. So the function of the Mooladhara chakra is to look after all the excretory activities of our body, and it's the support of our whole subtle system. And the main quality of that center is innocence, so the childlike innocence and wisdom. So you notice that small children are very wise. They're innocent and wise, and we're also having those qualities within us. And that quality of innocence and wisdom is what will keep our subtle system strong. I've got a little talk of the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Srimataji, who you can see in the photograph, talking about those qualities of that first center. So I'll play that video for us on the screen just now, and then we'll go into our second meditation where we'll do a bit of balancing and try to feel that thoughtlessness. So that's the main quality Srimataji, the founder of Sahaja Yoga, is talking about. So it's quite interesting that the qualities of that first energy centre is to silence our thinking mind. So I'll just put that on this screen for us all.
If you'd like to come forward, please do so. It just makes it easy to watch the screen, that's all.
Oops, I'll make it bigger for us all, which would be helpful, wouldn't it? Oops, it seems to be as far as it wants to go. And
now if you say, we can develop innocence, Mother, you cannot. Which is the way to become innocent? In Sahaja Yoga, we have a proper method how we can become innocent. It happens through our thoughtless awareness. If you are in the state of thoughtless awareness, then what happens? You do not react. You do not get involved into wrong things. You do not get involved into any discussions, arguments, but you just watch, and the innocence within you rises beautifully like a lotus, rises out of a dirty pond. So whatever may be the circumstances, when you are in thoughtless awareness, you do not react. That is the sign of innocence. And people who do not react keep young. They will never show their age. They keep young. Because to react is not a very good thing, which makes you get involved into another person. But if you don't react, if you are just watching, you are a witness, then you don't get involved into anything. You are away from it. And that's how your innocence grows and you get very confident. I've read a story about a Chinese king who went to a saint and asked him that he wants some boon from him. What? He said, I want my son to be developed into a person who can face all kinds of people. Whatever people may do, he should be able to face them. He said, all right, you leave your son with me. So when the argument started, when the fighting started, his son was just standing straight, watching everything in thoughtless awareness. So everybody from the arena went back. They all went away. And they couldn't stand the innocence of this boy who was very young. And the king was surprised how his son could face all of them, all their arguments, all their aggression and all kind of horrible things they said to him. If anybody says anything to you, you should just be innocent. At that time, your power of innocence will show that this person who is trying to dominate you, to trouble you, is very much in the wrong. And the person himself might realize that I am doing all these things, and this fellow, the one on whom I am trying to dominate, is not taking any note of it. So he feels very weak. He thinks he has no power to dominate a person. So this is, we have now, as Sajogis, we can get into thoughtless awareness. Try to reduce your reactions. Reaction to anything. People have such funny ideas about themselves that they react. Now, for example, somebody showed me those carpets. I started watching. I was very happy. And they told me all the Sahajoginis have made this with their hands so beautifully. It was really so joyful to know that they have done it. But if I was a very normal person, I would have said, oh my God, what a color, what a thing, and like that. So whatever they have done, I can't even enjoy that. One thing is the enjoyment is lost. For a child, enjoyment is complete. Whatever he says, he makes joy. Joyful thing out of it. You look at children. I've seen children, they find anything, they make a toy out of it. The other day we had gone to Genoa, and I saw there were big blockades kept there. Some children came from somewhere, they just climbed on that and made horses out of them, and were enjoying them. You see, they find anything, any space, they make a joyful thing for them, a play for them. For them, life is also a play, just a thing of enjoyment. And they make you also enjoy everything. If you are not in a good mood, they'll come and behave in such a manner that you'll have to come round and become a very simple, natural person. So to see a simple, natural person, we always say, they are like children. Means they do not understand the cunning. They do not understand the stupidity of the people, and they live in their own world of innocence. In the same way, all the Sahaja Yogis have to develop that aura around them. Let people see you, how innocent you are, how sweet you are. No arguments, no quarreling, no fighting is needed. It is just the inner satisfaction of thoughtless awareness. Many people say, Mother, we cannot become thoughtless. Why? Why can't you become thoughtless? Because all the time, whatever you see, you want to react. If you gradually start stopping reaction, introspect yourself, see for yourself. If you are all the time trying to react, tell your mind to behave itself. If there's any reaction, you just don't say anything. Keep quiet. Gradually you will be amazed and surprised how you become thoughtlessly aware. How beautiful you become, and everybody who sees you will know that you are something different. You are not like the normal person. But the normal reaction of human beings is that if there's a quarrel going on, say, on the street, everybody will join in the quarrel. They like to fight. They want to be part and parcel of that quarrel or fight or whatever it is. They don't want to get out of it. At that time, if you just have your innocence, that will act. I told you, innocence is the spirit, and spirit is the innocence, which cannot be destroyed by that. The fact is that it cannot be destroyed by anything, and it can be re-established through Sahaja Yoga. You might have been a very aggressive person. You might have been a very unhappy person. You might have been a person who is all the time disturbing others, maybe. But after Sahaja Yoga, you can make your personality so sweet and beautiful that not only you can enjoy, but others can also enjoy.
So let's develop that meditation a little bit further. So when you're at home, you also need to do your little meditation. So how you'll do that is we went through the affirmations with Gulshin just now, but we can do that with our hands now, short form. So our left hand is our desire. We desire for our kundalini to be awakened, to be risen, and our right hand of action is going to wind around it. So let's all do that. From the base of the spine, we're going to raise our left hand. The right hand's going to wind around it. So our attention is on that hand, that left hand as it goes up, taking our kundalini up into that seventh place, tie one knot. So we've got 3 channels and 7 chakras. So we're going to do 3 times up. So this is the second time. 2 knots. Even more desire to keep our attention above the thinking brain. And the third time, So your attention, you're focusing on that left hand, looking up and tying 3 knots. Now just see if you're feeling some sort of flow in the center of your palms. That's your vibrations you're starting to feel. And with that, now you're going to place that over your body to protect yourself. And this is your daily ritual. Nothing else inside yoga is ritualistic except this. So those vibrations, you're protecting yourself by making an aura of vibrations 7 times over and back. Now, you don't have to remember it. You've got a card to take home with you. But we'll do it again before we finish. How many are we up to, Gulshan?
This is the 6th one.
One more, everyone. And that's the 7th time. And then just sit for some time. Close your eyes. With your right hand, you can just raise that Kundalini energy through the central channel, through that white channel, and just touching up on top of your head. You can feel those vibrations. Do it 1 or 2 times and feel the energy on top of your head. Now we'll sit for our meditation in a minute, but we'll just do a clearing of our left and right channels to bring ourselves a little closer to the present. So we're going to clear our left side of the past, of desires, of emotions, simply by dropping our right hand towards Mother Earth. And the left hand, the hand of desire, is just on your lap. And then you can close your eyes once you're in this position. And we're just asking Mother Nature, Mother Kundalini, please clear any obstructions from my left side of emotion and desire. Please bring me more into the present. So your attention is up on the top of your head while the Kundalini does all the work of clearing that left side into the Mother Earth, sucking out any habits, anything that keeps coming to our attention and dragging us to the past. Let it all go. So all the elements are now looking after you, wanting to just bring you into balance, into the center, into the present moment of thoughtless awareness. So keeping your attention on the top of your head, just allow the Kundalini to do the work. Don't forget to keep breathing. Now bring that right hand back on your lap, palm open, and bending the left hand with the palm facing towards your back, facing behind. Your palm is facing behind. And now we're going to clear that right side of action and all the planning, all the futuristic thoughts. We'll ask Mother Nature in the form of the atmosphere, the ether, the air all around us to please clear my right side of action so that I can come back into the present. So feeling that breath in my heart. As my central channel expands, more of my Kundalini can rise up above my brain into the thoughtless state. Now just keeping both hands open in your lap, attention on the top of your head. We'll also ask Mother Nature, Mother Kundalini, please make me innocent and wise. Please clear and strengthen my first energy center, the Mooladhara chakra. So any thoughts coming of the past or of the future, just dismiss them, not now. You have to be a bit firm with those thoughts. Send them off. You can just touch the top of your head with your right hand again. Just as Gulshan told us a little while ago, just pushing the center of our palm onto the center of the top of our head. Just rotating again, you can bring your head a little forward to do it more easily. That clockwise motion, moving the scalp to the left side, to the front, to the right, to the rear. Mother Kundalini, please let me feel the joy and the silence. Just raising the hand. Just try to feel that puff of air above. And then bring both hands back, keeping your attention where you were just touching on the top of your head. So just play a little bit of music so they can keep our attention up on the top of our head just for a few minutes. Just listening through the Sahasrara. If you feel any thoughts coming or your mind is wandering, you can just raise that Kundalini again through the central channel. Just slowly open your eyes. So when you're doing your meditation at home, Arti, so you'll sit for 5 minutes max, and then finish again with the very same thing, which is the left hand raising up and the right hand winding around. Let's just finish our meditation, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Tying one knot. Second time. 2 knots. And third time. 3 knots. And then let's just protect ourselves with the vibrations in our hand. Good job. So did you feel a little bit of thoughtlessness? A little bit the thoughts stopped? Keep practicing. It'll be fine. How's everyone online going?
I think they perhaps still have to unmute themselves.
Oh.
How about you, Marsha? How did you go?
Peace.
You
great.
That's nice.
That's really good. Yeah, that's good. That's the initial bit, and we all need a bit of that in our lives, don't we?
How did everyone else feel? How did you go? It was very calming. Excellent. Going well?
Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Well, let's do it all again. We're online on Thursdays, but then we're back here in person next Monday. And we will have a little treat, which is we've got a musical family coming along who's going to play live music for us. So that's that'll be
Help us meditate.
Yeah. It'll be meditative music.
Yeah.
And they'll maybe lead the meditation for us all. So each week we try to do something a little bit different. So we focused on the first energy center today, and next week will probably be Nabi. I think we've got Swadhisthana on Thursday, and it'll be the tummy center that we'll look at. But we'll say farewell and thank you to our people online. If you wish to share something or ask any questions, feel free. We'll all chip in and answer, not a problem.
Or send a message on...
or use the chat.
Yeah, email. Thank you all for joining. I'll go and get the cards to give away.
So thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Sarah. So it's recorded on YouTube now as well. So if you need to see what it is you did, it's in YouTube. How do you feel, Artie? Oh, good, good. Whereabouts do you live? Where do you come from?
That's just 40 minutes away.
Oh, wow, good job. That was so nice of you to come and join us. So we're actually, Gulshan and John are over in Woden. Where are you?
Yeah, I come from the
Oh, okay. You came on a bus?
Yes, I did.
I think we might be able to arrange something there. I'm pretty sure we could arrange something there because they're coming from Woden. Yeah, okay.
That's why I missed the bus stop.
Oh, Artie's in Woden.
Oh, great.
So she missed the bus. That's why she was late.
Oh, where do you live in Woden?
Philip?
Oh, we're in Lyons,
Yeah,
so very close to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just near to Westfield.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're just on the other side.